What's up, everybody? It's Blackgirlmarvel. Welcome to day 21 of my 31 days of reviews featuring Echo, season 1, episode 3. Let's get into it. Per usual, as you should know, Echo is spoiled because it's already all out on Disney Plus. So go watch it on Disney Plus first and then come check it out and talk with me about it. But let's get into it. So in this episode of Echo, the stuff hits the fan. Okay. So in this episode, Maya finds herself in a pretty pickle because her Uncle Henry owns a bowling alley, and his worker ratted her out to, I believe his name is Nick or Tony or something like that. Ratted her out so that he can get the bounty that's on Maya's head because she shot Fisk. So they show up, a gaggle of them, and I'm like, come on now. And Henry was trying to tell Boy, he was like, listen, we can work this out. You know, you can survive this, because he was a little in over his head because Henry knew that he wasn't going to live past my man coming to get Maya and whatever else he wanted to do. He wasn't going to pay no money, baby. When I tell you Maya is one resourceful chick, not to mention cousin/sister, but you know, cousin sister Bonnie showed up. She just a little firefighter. And the first time she see Maya, they both get locked up in the cellar together. Man, well, not a cellar, it's like a storage back room area, I guess. But boy, oh boy, I tell you, that's not the first time I won't want to see my cousin again. Well, my cousin that I love like a sister, that like I missed, that I messaged and emailed and texted. And so I'm a little mad at Maya because she's very mean to her family. But again, I still get it, but she's a little mean. Like, she's mad at her grandmother because her grandmother never reached out, which I kind of don't believe that. I kind of believe that, like, maybe the father kind of kept her away from everybody and she doesn't know that the grandma reached out. But say the grandmother didn't reach out, because that's what Maya thinks, right? Bonnie reached out like crazy. She sent email, text, they got each other's number. Like, I'm like, why didn't you reach back out to her? At least stay in contact with her, because she was trying to stay in contact with you. And I get that, you know, a lot has happened to Maya, from losing her mother, blaming herself, like I said in the previous videos, to losing her dad and, you know, being used by Fisk. Like, you know, she just don't know who to trust. And she comes back home and she's probably just trying to like blow up Fisk stuff and lay low. And that's not really working for her. So like, I get it. But Bonnie too sweet. Don't be mad. Don't do that to Bonnie. And then as a ruse, she punched Bonnie in the face. Bonnie got this big old black eye. And then she lied to her and told her that she was going to, tell her about what's going on, what's happening. And she didn't. I'm like, Maya, treat Bonnie better. What's up with all the Bonnies getting treated like crazy, man? Because I can go deep into the Vampire Diaries. But I digress. So at the bowling alley, we see a big old brawl between Nick, Fisk. I'll just say Fiskman, because it was a gaggle of them. Fiskman and Maya. Now, what I will say about this show is that the choreography is very solid to me. I enjoy it, and I understand it's on a certain budget, so some people might be like, but man, in this movie they did this and they but in this TV show, nah. With what I know that Marvel pretty much puts into their TV shows, because if they like it, they'll put a nice chunk into it. If they don't like it, and you get what you get, you know, they don't think it's gonna really pay them back dividends. But the choreography in this is solid. Like I said before, it's giving me Daredevil choreography. It's giving me like that grounded, like very fisticuffy, you know, single cam shot type of fight. So I was loving this episode. Like, Maya suplexed the dude on top of a like a pinball machine or something like that. She was using everything in the bowling alley to like beat these guys, which was kind of weird for me, because like, you gotta pay coins for some of this. But they did shut the power off and shut it back on, so maybe, like, you know, the stuff just automatically works when the power comes off like that. Maybe that's like something in the mechanic. But again, no, the fighting was solid in this, man. But once again, Maya and her family get saved by like plot armor, because Fisk ended up calling and being like, don't kill her or whatever. And they're all confused as to why. But Henry, like, bro, the only person that can make that call, you know who can make that call. She's like, but I shot him in the face. But we all know that Fisk is like inhumanly human or something, or he's just a massive man that even bullets can't hurt him for too long. You know, that's crazy. Can you imagine a Fisk who ingested the heart-shaped herb? What? I will say, as much as I like, you know, the fighting where they're going with like Maya as a story, how they're introducing her family, because they're not introducing too many people like, you know, at once where you're confused on who these people are. They're just dropping people very very character driven, story driven, in a way that like it makes sense that they're here. Like, oh, okay, now we get this person's story. Now we, you know, because when you did see people, you just kind of saw them, and then like not in the distance, but you know, they weren't like focal, and you're like, oh, they're mad, they have an issue, and now we're breaking apart those issues. We're getting to see what Maya is kind of like feeling. We get to see what like the grandmother is feeling and her ex and things like that. So it's like very, very interesting. I will say I want a little bit more from Maya as a fighter though, because I know her name is Echo, but maybe the Echo part comes, like fully comes, when she realizes whatever this power is that her and Bonnie probably share. I know she got it, but I'm assuming Bonnie got it too because she's from the same. But I wonder if, because her father already taught her how to watch and pay attention, and she catches on quickly and she learns, but she still moves very naive. And I don't mean in her fighting, I mean like when she makes plans and when she do things, like she plays like an advanced form of checkers, but it ain't chess, you know what I mean? And I feel like once she start learning how to play chess, man, she gonna be crazy. Because to me, Daredevil plays chess, you know. Like, he doesn't, even though he was playing some advanced checkers there in Daredevil, but still, he plays, at the end of the day, he played chess. And if you don't understand that, my bad, I'm sorry. And if you made it to this point in my video, don't forget to hit a heart, you know, double tap, whatever, share it out, comment, appreciate it. All in all, this was a solid episode of Echo. Towards the end, you see her kind of like drive around Oklahoma a little bit, like her place in Tamaha. A little bit, she comes back. And lo and behold, who was there at her humble abode? That kind of rhymed. Not only was Fisk there, but bro was walking with a patch over the eye. You understand me? I said, baby, what's happening? I'm like, why are you here? Because I really do think, because okay, take what you know from Fisk over everything that you watch. The Ben Affleck Daredevil one, the cartoons, like Spider-Man cartoons. Where else have you seen Fisk? In you know, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, stuff like that. Any iteration, even in like Into the Spideyverse, you know, take that Daredevil as well. We know that for the most part, he is a man that, like, when he loves, he doesn't really know what it is. It's kind of like Thanos' love. Like, it's very warped. So I'm very interested in what he has to say to her, because it's like, yeah, I shot you in the face, so what? But you killed my dad. And then you turned me into a killer on top of it. Like, I was already kind of like a bruiser, but you turned me into a killer when I could have been something else. And you almost made me go kill somebody that, yeah, he killed my daddy, but you told him to. You know what I mean? And we know that, like, Fisk has this, like, warped sense of love. So, like, I do think he loves her. He's just, like, allow me to love you on my terms, and you just obey me. And that's how I know you love me, too. So, like, I'm just curious on what he has to say to her. Like, she shot you in the face, and that's a clear-cut sign that she does not like you and or is going to call you uncle anymore. I need you to give it up. But like I said, overall, solid episode. Choreography was great. I love the fact that we now got Maya and Bonnie together, so hopefully that continues, because I'm liking their dynamic. But yeah, go check out Echoes on Disney Plus right now. As always, follow me on all social media. If you want to talk about this, hit me in the comments, and if you haven't seen it yet, go see it, come back, you know, all that jazz. Or, you know, some people like to be spoiled, you know what I mean? But bye.